In this video, we will discuss how we can add fractions with like denominators. Let's learn from the example first. If you look at the key idea of this skill, you can see that add the numerators and keep the denominator the same. That means you will only add the numerators and will not add denominators. And when you have like fractions, for example, if you are adding 1/6 with 2/6, then you will only add 1 and 2 that are numerators. So 1 plus 2 equals 3, and you will just keep the denominators as it is, like the 6. But before we move on practicing this skill, we have to know the reason why we are not adding the numerators, and for that we will use GeoGebra. To understand the reason that why we are not adding when we are adding fractions with alike denominators, why we are only adding the numerators, why we are not adding the denominators. For knowing the reason, you have to imagine and you should know what does 1/6 mean. 1/6 are not two different numbers. 1/6 is representing a part of a whole. 1 and 6 are they both are representing one part. So 1/6 means one part out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. Similarly, 2/6 means two parts out of 6 equal parts. And when you are talking to add 1/6 with 2/6, that means you are adding these parts together like this. This is 1/6 part and these are 2/6 parts. So at total, after adding, what do you have? You have 1, 2, 3 parts out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. That means this should be 3/6, right? That's why when we imagine and visualize what does fraction mean, so we can easily understand that why we don't add the denominators. 1/6 is representing the parts we have, and 6 is representing the size of the part. Because if we divide the whole in 6 equal parts, so the sizes will be same in both the fractions. So we only have to count the parts we have, 1, 2, 3 parts, and we know that all of these 3 parts are 6th parts. So we can write that as whole we have 3 6th parts. So I hope you have understood why don't we add denominators and only add the numerators. Now let's come back to practice. Great. So now it is a piece of cake for you. 2/6 plus 2/6. You will only add the numerators. 2 plus 2 equals 4, and you will just keep the denominators 6. You don't add the denominators. Great. You can still answer this. 4 plus 1 equals 5, and denominators will be the same, 6. Great. Now I would like you to give this answer before watch my answer. So pause and give its answer. Okay, we will add the numerators 1 and 2, that equals 3, and we will keep the denominators, that is 4. So the answer should be 3/4. I hope you have given the same answer. Great. Three eighths plus 1/8. Pause the video and answer it yourself first. 3 plus 1 equals 4, and we will keep the denominator, which is 8. So the answer should be 4/8. Now I don't need to discuss more question in this video because it is very easy skill and you can easily master this. Just note down the code of the skill, which is PDU. Go on IXL and quickly master this skill. Thank you so much.